Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Zetterholm. Today we are going to learn about area, and we've talked about area before. We've also reviewed this on our FIM, and we know that area is like an array, right? Except for in an array we usually use dots or circles, and when we're talking about area we use squares. So our goal today is right by the star. I can find the area of a rectangle. Area is the inside measurement of a shape. So it's saying how much is there inside of that shape. What's the total measurement? To do that, we will look at the length and the width. When we multiply the length and the width, we get the area. This is similar to what we already know about finding the answer to how much there is in an array. For an array, we do groups times size equals our product, right? Or our total number of dots. So in this case, the length is like our groups, the width is like the size of each group, and our area is like the product or how many dots we would have altogether. The only difference is instead of dots, we're dealing with squares. So let's look at these examples here. When we see this first example, I can see that there's a rectangle and that there are squares inside. There are a couple different things that I can do. I can either just count the squares, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? And I can find that my answer should be 15, which would be this one right here. Or I could see that it says, or that it has 3 as its length and 5 as its width, meaning if I did 3 times 5, I would get 15 right here. I could also draw it this way, right? Because I know that the commutative property means whichever way I turn it, my answer would be the same. Now, this one right here, 4 times 2 equals 8 square inches, they didn't draw a picture for this one, which is kind of confusing. So this would look like this. 4 times 2, which would be 4 groups of 2, and the inside would be worth 8. And by 8, I mean we would have to zoom in and say, all right, 4 rows and 2 in each row. If I count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My answer would be 8 square units. All right, let's go ahead and look at the problem set for today's lesson. So here is the, oh, this isn't the problem set. This is the problem set. All right, so here is the problem set. It's going to look a lot like your homework today, so I want to go through this together. So in today's problem set, it says each square is 1 square unit. So that's what it's worth. What is the area of each of the following rectangles? So when I look at rectangle A, I can see that there are a number of squares inside of this rectangle. That's what I'm counting. I'm counting the squares inside. I can either count them one at a time, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's my answer 6. Or I could think of it like an array and say, okay, I have 2 groups, 1, 2, of 1, 2, 3 squares. 2 times 3 is 6. Either way, I get the answer 6 squares inside. So on the line, I would write 6 square units. And they already wrote square units, so I didn't have to write it this time. For letter B, I'm going to count them, or I could use multiplication. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It would be the same thing as 2 groups of 6, and my answer was 12. So on my line, I would write 12 square units. I need to write square units. Letter C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is my area of rectangle C. I also could have said, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 for my length, and my width is 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So again, 12 square units. I'm just counting the squares or using my multiplication to help me. Letter D. I can see that this is way more squares, so I can count them one by one, but it also might be a good time to start thinking about using my facts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this one is 20 square units. I always have to write that square units. I could have also looked at the length and said, okay, there were 4 squares on that side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 4 times 5 is 20. The inside amount is worth 20 square units. So that's how you do part A, or that first part. Now it says each square is 1 square unit, so same type of thing. What is the area of each of the following rectangles? So it just doesn't have that white grid background now, but that doesn't make it too hard for me. I can just count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 square units. Letter B, again, I can just count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or I could have said 3 groups of 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 square units. I need to write square units. Now, let's look at this last problem. You're going to see one like this on your homework today, so I want you to know how to do it. So it says each square is 1 square unit. Write the area of rectangle A. So that's our first step. We need to find what this rectangle is worth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our rectangle is worth 12 square units. So 12 square units. Let's see what else I have to do. Then, so second, draw a different rectangle with the same area in the space provided. So I need to draw another rectangle that has 12 squares, but it can't look exactly the same. So this one has 3 as its length and 4 as its width. So I need to think of my multiplication facts. What times what equals 12? Well, they've already done 3 times 4. That's already taken. I could do 4 times 3 equals 12. I could draw that one. I could also do 2 times 6 equals 12 and draw that. I could do 6 times 2 equals 12. I could also do 12 times 1 equals 12. Or 1 times 12 equals 12. Any of those would work. I'm going to choose 6 times 2. So let's see. Can I do 6 rows of 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't have enough squares. So can I actually do that one? No. I might be able to do 2 times 6 because I definitely have 2 groups here. 1, 2. And now I would need to do 6 in each group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares over. Now I can just finish my rectangle. 2 groups of 6 would mean I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these rectangles, even though they look different, have the very same area. The inside measurement is the same. They both have an area of 12 square units. Our rectangles aren't the exact same, but that was exactly what it asked of me. So here's what your homework looks like today. Okay, here is oh, actually, this isn't your homework. That's why I skipped over it. It was just extra practice. So on this one, it just doesn't have the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 square units. And so on and so forth. So let's go and actually look at your homework today. Your homework looks like this. This is what it is. Okay. You'll notice this section looks just like the problems that we just did. So you just need to find the area of rectangle A and write it right here. They already wrote square units for you on that one. Then you need to find the area of rectangle B. You can either count them or use the multiplication, and you need to write the number, and then you need to write the word square units. You'll do that for C, number, square units, and you'll do it for D, number, square units. Then you will do problems A, B, C, and D. Here, you need to write the area, so the number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you need to write the word square units. You will do the same thing for B, for C, and for D. Then page 2 looks like this, which is also similar to the one I did with you on the problem set. So each one is worth 1 square unit. You need to first write the area of the rectangle. So you first have to figure out the area and write it on the line. Then you need to draw another rectangle that looks different from this one. So it can't be the exact one, but it has to have the same area, meaning the same number of squares. Now keep in mind, if you have the answer for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if that's the answer, I can't do something like this. Oops, my thing got all squiggly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't do this. Even though this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even though that has the same area, is this a rectangle? No, and it's asking me to make a rectangle. So I need to make sure that what I make is actually a rectangle, and I can use my math facts to help me with that. So make sure you use a rectangle. For these ones down here, don't forget to write square units before you draw another rectangle that matches. Okay, that is your assignment for today. Once you have finished those 2 pages and you have everything you need, you may submit it to Schoology. If you have any questions, let me know.